It's interesting. So this is day 8 of me going live. And as I was setting up the live today, I still felt a little bit nervous. So we're here to have fun. Oh shit, I forgot my microphone. I'll be right back. Hi, Pepsi girl. Okay, let's see if I can get this. I'm actually using a like a stand. Again, I'm just, you guys are seeing the evolution of me right now. So hopefully you can hear me okay. I'm comfortable on the couch. Today is November the 8th. It is about 12:30 in the afternoon. And today's project is I am working on creating more messages in a bottle to send to people. I had this idea, I don't know, a couple weeks ago to buy these plastic balls, fill them with messages, and at some point in time, you and I are gonna go out and we're gonna give these to people, and or we will leave them in places that someone will find at a later date, whenever they're supposed to. The box I bought off of Amazon came with 100 of them. I don't even know, I haven't counted recently where I'm at, but we have a few to add today. So, I'll cut them out, and as I'm cutting them out, I will share them with you, okay? All right. So the first one goes, and I believe this was a quote from Buddha. It says, "I am not this hair, I am not this skin, I am the soul that lives within." Hi everybody, Priyam, Raghav, how are you? Oh, thank you. I get it from my parents, you know? All right, so here is the first one. Sorry, I haven't figured out a way for y'all to be able to actually read these. But anyways, I have written a variety of quotes, and I am putting them in these plastic balls. And I also have a bowl of amethyst. And my intention for doing this is at some point in time this month, it may be a week from now, it could be 2 weeks from now, but it'll certainly be November. I am gonna go live. I love this sound. I'm gonna go live and I'm gonna go walk around the town that I live in, and we're gonna hand them out to people and spread love. What I do know about how the universe works and the law of attraction is there is a message for someone that I don't even know yet that I created in this moment with you, and it will be, now this ball has a life of its own, right? It's conscious, and so we're creating something for someone that we don't even know yet. That's rooted in love, and I think that's really beautiful. So that was the first one. I think I wrote 13 or 14 to do today with you all. I made a commitment to myself for the month of November that I was gonna go live every day because I don't go live often and I wanna get more comfortable doing it. So the next one says, the mind is everything. What you think, you become. This one came from Buddha. Stone. What are you all up to today? Thank you, Raghav. I don't know if I'm pronouncing that correctly, so I apologize if I am not. Second one done. All right. Okay, so this one says, do not dwell in the past. Do not dream of the future. Concentrate the mind on the present moment. Let's take a breath together. We are here. All right. I want to pick a pink one for this one. I don't know why. And this is a fatty daddy amethyst here. Hi, Slava. How are you all today? All right, next. Oh, I like this one. Your worst enemy cannot harm you as much as your unguarded thoughts. Your worst enemy cannot harm you as much as your unguarded thoughts. If you're just joining, I'm creating these, I don't know what I want to call them, vessels of love, maybe? Creating these vessels of love, and at some point in the future, like within the next week or two, I have a box of 100 to do. And so I intend on, and this is where I'm at so far. And once I get the 100 done, I plan on taking you with me. We're gonna go live, and we're gonna walk around the town that I live in, and we're gonna hand them out to people. If they want to. We all have free will, so if somebody doesn't want a message, they're not required to take a message, you know? All right, the next one we're doing is rule your mind or it will rule you. Golly, guys, I wish, I'm just not very, I'm getting better at presenting myself through this lens, you know? Oh, I love this quote by Rumi. Oh my gosh. It's kind of like the law of attraction, but to me it's more simple. What you seek is seeking you. What you seek is seeking you. All right. I've got 2 more here. I love this one too. Be empty of worrying. Think of who created the thought. Be empty of worrying. Think of who created the thought. I feel like with that question, it could be like, maybe I was going to say a really long journey. But then I thought about the fact that a lot of the thoughts and negative belief systems I had, or still have, they show up in different ways. And, I am a human. I might present as like calm and, I don't know how I present to you because I am exactly who you think I am. But for me, that last one we just did, I can think of a lot of times those thoughts came from my parents, So, this is beautiful. This one's about love. Lovers don't finally meet. They're in each other all along. Ooh, we got a green one here. I love the color of this together. So I've got the green with the amethyst stone and the beautiful love bomb that's inside. Hi there. You know what's interesting about people's handles is I know that they mean something to them, but a lot of times I don't know how to read their name. Like for this, that's okay. We all have our own preferences, And that's the beauty of life and free will. Well, I'm not doing anything sexual here. I'm just spreading love. I created I bought some plastic balls, and I've been writing different quotes that either I thought of or I looked up individuals that inspire me, and I am putting these little love notes in these balls, and sometime soon I'm going to go live and we're going to hand them out to people. And the intention is to share love, essentially. So, all right, so I love this quote. Don't grieve anything you lose. No, I read that wrong. My apologies. Don't grieve. Anything you lose comes round in another form. Oh, it's a bunch of them. That's why. Earlier before I started this, I went online and Googled some stuff. All right, so we got our amethyst stone. All right. Ooh, this is a good one too. Honestly, I Googled, quotes about life, and that's where I came up with most of these. Let the beauty of what you love be what you do. This is, what, the people that are here are exactly the ones that are supposed to be here. That's what I know to be true. I started going live, when did I started going live on the 1st of November. I've had a dream about creating a platform on YouTube where I get to talk to people, and I'm obsessed with humans. So I find them absolutely fascinating, and I know that the universe, the world, Earth could use more light. And so I'm building something here, or attempting to. Oh, well, I appreciate that. I am just starting to really be consistent with it as opposed to just thinking about it all the time. I'm sure many of us have thoughts or ideas, images that we get about our future self, things that would be really exciting. And then the next thought, at least for me, is the inner critic, where it's like, you know, self-doubt, judgment, some way, shape, or form, how this dream that I have won't fucking work out. Obviously, well, that's not obvious. I now know that the second thought isn't actually true. It's rooted in fear. But for me, for a while, I allowed my inner critic to be louder than my soul. And I'm not gonna do that anymore. So that's why I'm going live. I wish I knew how to pronounce your handle. I would say like Zoodies, but I know that's an X, so I don't know. All right. And the other thing that I've had to get at peace with or have acceptance of is our purpose, my purpose, is not measured in likes necessarily, or how many people are viewing my live and when they're viewing my live. Because I know that whatever is unfolding in this present moment is exactly what is supposed to be unfolding in the present moment. Oh, you made it a couple of years ago. Speak on it, QTV. Welcome back. I don't remember if you were in the live where I was making my little love bombs, but I'm back at it. So, and I've still been going live every day. Oh, y'all, I almost made this without even reading it to you. So, do to others what you would have them do to you. All right, I have 3 more for you all. Oh, dude, this is a good one. This one is like for my procrastinating ass. But I am getting better about doing what it is that I said I was going to do. Okay, this is so good. Just get out of bed. You'll be one step closer to what you said. Ain't that good? Just get out of bed. You'll be one step closer to what you said. I feel like this one needs, I don't know, green or red. To me, they're both like, have a lot of, red has more energy to me, the color. I don't know why, it just does. And if you're just joining, dude, if I have resonance with you, then I would absolutely love for you to subscribe. But we have free will, you know what I mean? And I've joined different lives, and in the live it was like, instead of, well, maybe this is their whole thing, but it's like the whole time they're asking for likes and subscribers. You can't, I know, I'm sorry that you can't read it very well. I totally agree. I'm trying to learn how to do this stuff so it's helpful to you. Some of the lives that I've gone into, is like the whole thing is more concerned around how many likes they get and subscribers versus the actual time that we're spending together. Because honestly, our time here is finite. Our soul is eternal, but our time here is finite. And you could be doing anything else right now. Anything. And so for you to even stop by for a second or spend any amount of time is a blessing to me. So I'm grateful. All right, I got two more here. And I apologize if I'm being redundant if you joined at the beginning, but what I'm doing is I am creating what I'm now calling these love bombs, where I'm putting different quotes in them. I ran out of my my amethyst stones, but that's okay. And I intend on, once I get this box done, and I have, it's actually, I don't know if you can see, it's actually gone down a little bit. It was plumb full, but there are 100 in here. And that's how many I have right now. And once it's full, you and I are gonna go around town and we're gonna pass them out to people. And you'll be with me, I'm gonna go live. So, I don't know if you can hear my dog snoring. I have a French bulldog and she's very loud. So, obscure reference, welcome back. Thank you. Yeah, I bought this thing at a, what would you call it? I would call it like a seasonal market. It's not a farmer's market because it's open 7 days a week, but it's only like May through October. I live in Washington State, and so in the United States, which is in the northwest corner. And so for me right now, we're still in fall, but we will be getting into winter. And so okay, full disclosure, I'm gonna share something vulnerable about myself. You will find that I do that a lot. I think authenticity and vulnerability are like superpowers. I find them so attractive, and whether you're male or female, I just find them very attractive. And also inspiring. Like when I see somebody do something that is authentic, it gives me permission to do the same. And when I was right out of college, I majored in international affairs, which is like foreign relations, and I minored in Spanish. And so thank you, Sarah. Hablas en inglés muy bien. You speak very well. So it's interesting that Sarah just commented, because I ended up taking a course in Colombia, in Bogota, and I went down there to teach English. And in the mornings, I would be learning how to teach the language of English, and then in the evenings, I would teach graduate students. And they were basically my same age. I was in maybe my late 20s. They might have been like mid 20s or early 20s. I've always been a little bit of a late bloomer. I just matured a little bit later in life. It took me 2 rounds of going back to school to actually get my college degree. And a college degree, it's not necessary in life whatsoever. It's just a part of my story. But anyways, one of the first classes I was ever teaching, I'm down in Colombia, and my ignorance as this little country bumpkin from the United States, because the town I grew up in, the population was like 5,000. It was very small. And I got assigned the task of talking about seasons, seasons of the year. And hello, Sarah, hola. And so I'm going through, spring, summer, fall, winter, and they're kind of like looking at me slightly perplexed. I'm not quite, and I don't know why. This is my first class I'm ever teaching. So there's a variety of insecurities I was feeling in that moment. And I get done with the class and the teacher is giving me feedback on the curriculum that I just taught. And she went on to share that not everybody has the same seasons that I experienced. And that was mind-blowing. That not everybody got snow in the winter. Now I look back at it and it seems so obvious, but in the moment, it wasn't. And if you're curious, Colombia has 2 seasons, wet and dry. That is what I was taught. That was what I learned. Me llamo Tiffany. So, yeah. All right, here's the last quote we're gonna do. You can always learn to love by loving. That's beautiful. All right. Dude, I know this sucks for you guys being able to read this, but I promise it's there. You can always learn to love by loving. Yeah, local. Exactamente. You know, it really was a culture shock because, well, firstly, and I still didn't realize this until almost a decade later, how controlled I was by my mother. And so that was like the first time in my life that I actually had like a little, oh shit, I have one more here. I'm sorry, I got one more, guys. But it was the first time in my life, even though I was in my late 20s, that I had actually had separation from my mother. And this would have been, gosh, I'm 40, so this would have been like 2011 or something. I was in my late 20s, and there was obviously Facebook, but international calls and stuff wasn't something that I had on my cell phone. So there wasn't a way, bye Sarah, adios, tenga un buen día. There wasn't a way for me to be in contact with her daily. And it was to the point that when I was done with my stay, which was only a couple of months, I had messaged my mother. I was like, can you just sell my car? I want to go to Barranquilla, Medellin. I wanted to go to La Costa. I just wanted to go like on a vacation. And her response was absolutely not. And even though, like I said, I was in my late 20s, and maybe that was an unreasonable ask to have of my mother, but I was so submissive that her saying no, there was zero challenge of me to her in that moment, none. It was like, okay. Today I do not have a relationship with my mother. I cut her out of my life in 2020. I finally was able to see the way in which the relationship was more harmful than helpful. But that's my choice. That doesn't mean it's yours. All right, here's the last love bomb I have. And I just love this because I'm a single person. I'm not on any apps or anything. And partially it is, I'm still healing myself from the parents that I chose and the just variety of influence I've had in my life. And so part of me being single right now is if I were to be in a relationship, I don't know if it would be the best one for me because there's still aspects of myself that aren't fully able to receive love. And so if I am not, you are only capable of receiving as much love. No, hold up. How do I want to say this? You're only capable of giving as much love as you feel for yourself, as well as receiving. And so there would be something would be not quite right in the relationship if I were to enter into one in this moment, at least today. And I also have faith in knowing that when it's the right time, God will connect the two of us. We're already connected by an invisible string. Everyone is. Everyone that's in this live right now, we're all connected, or you wouldn't be here in some way, shape, or form. And it might be, temporary. We meet people for a reason, a season, or a lifetime. And many times it's a reason or a season, but we hold on to them for a lifetime, and then the relationship is not a beneficial one for either party. And then you wonder, you're like, why am I even friends with this person? Maybe it's time to let them go, So, but I have faith in knowing that when I'm ready and when it is time, the next love of my life will be really, really special and beautiful, because I know that I'm really special and beautiful. Everyone should know that they're special and beautiful, at least for themselves, So here's the last love bomb. I love you without knowing how or when or from where. All right, I'm going to try to do this better for you all. I love you without knowing how or where, or when, or from where. And we have an orange one for that. So, we're on the last one exactly for today. Exactly. Don't we feel accomplished now? I certainly do. All right, so this is where we are. All right. Do I have anything else for you all today? I just want you to know that you're loved simply because it is true. I want you to know that there is absolutely and unequivocally nothing wrong with you. You are needed, you are important, you are integral to the fabric of the universe. I know I already said this one, but I'm going to say it again because this is something I had to tell myself umpteen times before I knew it was true, is you are loved simply because it is true. Not for anything that you do or do not do. You are loved. And you need to know that, you need to feel that. And if you don't know it, try to believe in it. Belief is where hope lies. And belief and hope and faith is where our soul resides. And that is the only eternal thing about us. It's the only thing, one day you will not even be your name. Don't get too attached to it, because one day you won't even be your name. Your mind and your body, you won't be that either. The soul is the only thing that continues eternally. So that is what I have for you today. Thank you again to everybody for joining me while I'm on this journey of learning and self-discovery and becoming a version of myself that I want to be. I can see myself being, I can feel it, I can smell it, I can touch it. Every single day it's becoming more and more clear. And so, dude, thank you. I forgot to ask. I would love to put your quote in here. Let me find something to write on. Okay. That's so good. You will be released from the burden of your past. And I'm going to put your handle, XXUD-EZ, or Z, wherever you are. Do I have one in here? Do you care what color the ball is? Do you want to pick? I have red, yellow, green, pink, orange, purple, and red. Looks like the primary colors, or, you know, I don't think pink is a rainbow color, but. You're in Washington too? Whereabouts? That's cool. I was born and raised in Moses Lake, in that booming metropolis of a town. And now I live in Western Washington, about a half of an hour north of Seattle. My dog is so loud. I think the mic helps focus the sound directly onto me, but she is dreaming somewhere. She oh wow. Aloha. I have been to Oahu, but as a tourist, was certainly a tourist there. All right. If you do not have a preference on the ball, well, that's what puppies do. They do, you know, it's kind of like children. They're feral for a while. And then sadly, they become, I don't know if it's sadly, like sometimes I get torn between these two ideas that we are born with a soul, and we're born with certain personality traits and tendencies, and what a disservice we do by like training or punishing or dismissing certain aspects about somebody out of them, right? Trying to make them, it's kind of like in society, be normal. Well, what is normal? And so many of us conform to, at least I certainly did, to fit into this mold of what is like acceptable. But then the other thing that I think about is like, isn't there some kind of standard though, like culturally that we agree on? Like without some guidance, what would, and when I say guidance, I almost like training, without some sort of reform from society, what would society look like without it? I don't know if what I'm saying is making sense. I don't know what the balance is there between allowing someone to flourish and be themselves and then also having boundaries and discipline. I'm not a parent, so, all right. This is your ball. Thank you for the suggestion. It's funny your dog's name is Mango. My dog's name is Buttermilk, and my cat's name is Pepper. So we got food going. We have a theme, you know? So, yeah. I mean, is that deep? That's kind of how, that's the kind of shit I love to talk about all the time. And I heard I can't think of the man's name. I can see his face. He's from South Africa. Trevor Noah, I think that's his name. Trevor Noah. Anyways, there was this video that I saw of him on YouTube a while ago. And it was, somebody had said something to the effect of like how terrible small talk is. Because I love deep conversations, I truly do. And he said, small talk is fabulous. And he went on to share that if all that small talk allows us to have shared thoughts and ideas. Whether we're talking about the weather, whether we're talking about traffic, our jobs, what have you, in the small talk, we can find a lot of similarities. So that way, when we do have the big talks, we can actually hear each other as opposed to being completely polarized and thinking that we have nothing in common. It creates a foundation. Small talk creates a foundation for us to have big talk. And when I heard that, I was like, yeah, I can fuck with that. Maybe that's a deep thought too. I don't fucking know. All right. So I am gonna sign off for the day. I will definitely be back tomorrow and the next day and the next day. I'm gonna be here for 30 days. And I don't know what I'm gonna be doing with you all every day. Right now, selfishly for myself, part of the intention for me going live is getting comfortable going live and being comfortable. Maybe this is something that you all have learned in your life, but for me to sit in front of a stand with a light ring on it and talk to you is not something that is normal for me to do. And so even as I started the live today, I was a little bit nervous. I could feel like literally my fingers were shaking a little bit. And just because you're nervous about something doesn't mean you avoid it or don't do it. But I know by the end of the 30 days, the little shake that I feel before I start, it will not be there. Because I'm getting more, I'm putting in the fucking reps, you know what I mean? Obscure reference. I love you too. I love you too, man, for real. And I am gonna keep it up because I made a promise to myself. And in making this promise to myself, I'm also making it to you, you know? And so maybe I did that on purpose to make myself be more accountable, that I said something to somebody about what I'm gonna do, and it's okay to change your mind, it absolutely is, but for this, the only reason that I would be changing my mind is because I was trying to avoid feeling uncomfortable. And I'm safe, all is well, only good will come from this experience. So any negative feelings that I have are purely being generated by my ego and rooted in fear and not in reality. And so, yeah, so I made a commitment to myself and to you that I'll be going live every day this month. So tomorrow is Sunday. You know what? I'm kind of sad because had I started this even just a week earlier, I could have taken you guys to the farmer's market. There's a really big one in the town that I live in. Well, I guess it's relative, but it's a few blocks long. And but it stopped. The last one was at the very last weekend of October was the last one. So I don't know what we'll do tomorrow. Maybe I'll even just, take you on my drive to work. Tomorrow is my Friday. And so I've got one more day and then I have freedom. I look forward to Sunday evening so much because it's like my Friday night. So I love you all so much. Thank you all for joining, and maybe I will see you tomorrow. If not, if I don't ever see you again, I appreciate, I'm thankful for the time that we did spend together. It's a blessing to me. All right, I love you. I'll see you later. Oh, hold on. I bet you did. That's what we're known for, are our apples. And it only happens seasonally, yeah. Dang, the apples are so good here, the cherries, the county that I was born and raised in, fun fact, Grant County, is the largest potato producing county in the nation. We make a lot of potatoes in Grant County. People think it's Idaho, but really it's Grant County in Washington State. #1 potato producer in the nation. So, hi. Alrighty, y'all. Mwah, mwah, mwah. You too, man. All right, adios, muchachos.